Hello and welcome back to a brand new video, brand new kind of mini series with me, Tops to Gear. We are playing a brand new game which is released today, even though I'm recording this a couple of days ago from the day of release. It released on the 3rd of December. This is Store Manager Cellular Edition, Cellular Edition. Basically, you're the manager of a mobile phone shop, and yeah, that's basically the game. I've released it on Steam today. It's on early access. From what I've played a couple of hours of it, it is a little bit kind of a, I wouldn't say buggy, but fun buggy kind of thing. There's obviously not everything in the game that is going to be on official release because it's early access. I think it's currently on sale as well, so I'll link everything in the description for you. We're going to go play a brand new game. Okay, so here we are, straight into the game. Getting started. This game can be extremely complex in its presentation. Currently there is proposal tutorial to walk through. No, I'll check them out later. I've already played this a little bit. Here we go. We start off with $9,999, and we've got to hire our first employee on our first day. So we've got a first shift and a second shift. Now we'll hire a first shift to start off with, and we'll do a newspaper ad. Now, one thing that I definitely noticed that we have to do is that you can't really go off what they say there to how good they're going to be at selling phones. So for me, I like to phone a reference. Now that's up to 60%. So if I do the next one, that's not up to 60% of the ability, because the higher the ability, the more they'll sell, the more people they'll be able to get through, and the more things they'll be able to say. So that's not quite 60% as well, and then this one obviously is not. So we'll hire the first one. Right. So now we'll put this on the first shift. So the first two people we can assign to first shift, and the second two people will assign to second shift. Now, if you overwork them, then they obviously won't be able to. They won't work. They'll quit. If you overwork them, they will kind of quit. Well, they will quit actually, mainly because you're overworking them. They're selling phones and they're working non-stop, and obviously people need a day off, so that's why you need two people so you can change them. And I'm actually going to get just going to get one amount of people. If that makes sense. That doesn't make sense. I'm going to get one person per shift for the first 2 days, and then I'm going to hire people to do the third and fourth day, and then fifth and sixth, and yeah. Well, I'm not going to rehire people after that. I'm going to rehire people to do the third and fourth shift, and then the people that are on 1 and 2 shift, which I'm hiring now, 1 and 2 days, I will go on to anyway. So this guy is kind of high salary, so that kind of means, and he's got a lot of retail experience, that kind of means he should have a higher percentage, which there you go, 64%. So we're going to actually have a look at all of these. That's 67%, that's a lot better. That's not a lot good. So this guy had, you can't actually see it anymore. I would like to know if when you click the references, it'll stay there. But obviously that's something they could add when the game's actually fully released, because I think it's coming on Linux, Windows, and Mac. So yeah, so we're gonna hire Josie and Jose Thomas. I don't know how you pronounce that name, and Dustin Reed. So we've hired 2 people. Now, here's another thing I've noticed: the shift wise. So the first person starts their shift at 11 AM. And their break is at 2 PM, so that's when the break time means. And you can't have a break at the same time, because obviously you need someone always working. So I find it easier to have someone on the first break and then someone on the third break. So if obviously the first person is going to have the first break, and then the second shift is going to have the second break, but it's going to be at the 3 PM mark. That makes sense, doesn't it? I think, yeah. Well, that's what we're classing it as anyway, to make sense. So the sales report. Obviously, no one's sold any games yet. Sold any other things yet. Oh, Dustin's actually 51, and Jose Thomas is actually 65%. So, like I was saying, the percentages aren't exact, but they do have room to improve, I believe. And obviously, they've got high ability at the moment. When you search, they've got high ability. So that's something to consider. Anyway, today's marketing. Should we do any marketing today? I think we're going to do a newspaper ad. We'll do a newspaper ad, and then we've got the rest of the money to buy phones. So obviously we need to buy phones. So obviously this is more probably iPhone, and we've also got this amount of money. So this is I think this is iPhone. This is Android. And that Broadsung is actually Samsung, and that's LG instead of GL. And then we've also got the Lumias and the Nokias and the Windows phones. So this is what we have to buy the phones for at the original price, and then we'll obviously sell it at a bit more expensive price to make a profit and also be able to pay wages and stuff. I don't actually know what kind of, I think this phone, after the first day, we'll get I'll buy one phone each, or if I can, because after the first day we'll find out how many people want them phones, and then we can buy more phones on top of that. So I didn't actually know this when I originally started playing. There's actually a second screen for phones, and oh, I wonder what phones these are. So we'll get them as well. And obviously there's 1, 2, 3, 4 phones we don't have the money for, because we don't want to go into the negatives. Now, if we do go into the negatives, there is a way to loan money, which we then have to pay back at certain times, which I don't understand how the loan money works yet, because okay. Anyway, so the iPhone is 300. So they're all about. That's 400. Wow, that's a lot more expensive. We'll stick it at them for now and see how they go, and then we might lower the prices or higher the prices depending on how well they sell. But obviously it's the first day, so we don't really know the prices, and we'll start the day. So here we go. Move WSD, rotate Q and E. Otherwise, hold the right mouse button to drag or move, or hold the middle mouse button to rotate. I don't really need the tips because I've already been playing them. Okay. Right, so here we are. We'll speed it up. Here's us walking into work. Walking into work right now, and that's us working. And then obviously the delivery comes in, and I like to speed up a little bit because, well, we have to get our orders in. I'll say in a minute. I should say in a minute. Well, I'll have a look at inventory. Have a look at our inventory. So here we go. So these we can select our OSs. Now, to order a new phone, we need to order it before 10 PM. So that's when I walk out the shop. Although these finish around 9. So all the employees that stand behind the desks finish around 9 PM. So when they finish, we start ordering phones. That's how I find of doing it, and it kind of does work. But we've paused it for now, so we'll have a quick look at all the other stuff. So phone stats. So this is where we see how many times people want the phones. So that is how we'll work out on how many phones we need to buy, basically, and how many we need to sell. So if someone wants the Kiwi Y phone, because it's a Y phone, if someone wants that, say 10 times, then we'll obviously. So if say on the first day, there's 10 different people wanting it, we're gonna have to buy 10 phones, or we'll buy more phones. But if we don't have enough for that, well, yeah, we'll figure that out anyway as we go. But we'll speed up the time. Obviously, we did a newspaper article, and some people should start walking in about, there we go, about 11, when the other person comes to work. Oh, and here we go. So there's 2 people working, and obviously they're not really that high up, and they're just like waddling there. And we've just sold 2 phones. We literally just sold 2 phones right there. And which phones were they? The LG, or the GL, and the Google, and the GL. Okay, so they've sold, so that might mean more people want them kind of phones. We'll have to wait and see what happens. So this guy goes on his break at 1 PM. He's just like, what does I do kind of like this feature, although obviously it's like there's no roof on this, so we can actually see inside. Well, here we go. We're working, and now this guy will go on his break at 3, and that was when we've gone out. So I have noticed there is other things we can do. So when we have a lot more money than we have now, we can click on the table. We can upgrade it. So we can upgrade it to buy dummy phones or buy live phones. Now, obviously, we don't have enough money to buy live phones, but we do have enough to buy dummy phones. But don't forget, we need to keep our inventory stocked up first. So as long as we get our inventory stocked up and we've got money left over before the end of the day, we can then buy tables and things. They do have an option to upgrade the table, upgrade desks, and upgrade everything else, but we can't. They're coming soon because they're not available in this part. as you can see all here, they're not available in the pre-alpha, in the alpha version, pre-release, before it's the before it's pre-release, basically, pre-early access. Anyway, so that is something they're going to be adding in. Inventory, obviously, we sold one of them phones. So first of all, we're going to just speed through the first day, see how many phones we sell. That's if we do sell phones. And then, oh, look. So it starts getting busy about 4 PM, which I have noticed. And because 2 people have just left off, I believe we don't have them phones. So obviously it gets busy around 4. And that's because of the newspaper article. There is the option to do a TV. Oh, here we go. First day tips. Do you want to order into it quick? You have only till 10 PM. Remember to click the phone to reveal the inventory app. So obviously it slowed the speed down, but we're going to wait until it says at least, until these guys have gone home, and before it's going to, because they're going to go home about 9 PM. Obviously people are going away because they can't buy the phones, because we've not got the phones in stock. So obviously, we'll have a look at what phones people do want, and when we can have them. So currently, it's now 9 PM, they're going away. That guy actually stayed later, because he's only meant to be there till 8. So he stayed late because there was that many people there that needed to buy phones. Here's a look at the phone stats. So a lot of people want the Y phone. So we're going to have to buy more Y phones. The Broadsung and the GL people want to buy. The and people want the Windows phone. Okay. So we'll open this. We'll open the inventory. So people wanted to buy. A couple of people want to buy that. So we'll get 3. We'll get 2 of them because they went well. People want to buy them, so we'll get 1 of them to see how they go. More people want them. And we've got to make sure we've got enough money as well to pay the bills at the end of the day, because obviously we've got to pay the wages for the people that have worked, and then we've also got to then hire people if we have to in the next morning, but we won't have that to do that until tomorrow. And we need 2 of them. Now we've got 1,970. Don't think that's going to be enough for tomorrow. We won't do any advertising tomorrow because there's probably no point in doing advertising tomorrow, but we'll see what happens and what comes through. Okay, so now it's obviously the end of the day, and here we go. The closing percentages, they don't really matter on the first day because obviously we've sold 9 phones today with an average closing percentage of 56%, with a big customer satisfaction there, and we've got profit after overheads. So we actually have we've got $85. So luckily we didn't buy another phone after that. But because we didn't have the phones in stock, people couldn't buy the phones. So that's why we've only got 62% and 50% of their individual sales. With Shift 1 obviously the bit of higher one because he's been there for the longest. Okay, so second day. We don't really want to hire any other people because obviously we've got to pay to hire them. So we've got to make sure we've got enough money tomorrow to hire people, or to pay for the hiring. Or we can actually go for a bank loan. So I've now got a 10,000 bank loan, so I can do marketing today, and that means we can order more phones at the end of the day. And I also have more money to then go tomorrow to hire more people. So we'll do that. We'll start the second day and see how we go. We'll go speed through it all because, like I said, we'll speed through it all. Let's have a look at our inventory here. So we've got 12 phones in orders and 3 phones in stock. And as soon as this guy delivers it and he goes off, we can then order new phones. So we've got 15 phones in stock now. I believe we can have up to 100. So obviously here we go. Phones that are in stock. And then we just see again on how our phones sell. So this is interesting. So the people just walked in. And then obviously more people have come in straight after that. We did some advertising and I think we've sold a lot more at the moment. Although we've kind of got a steady pace of people coming in. This guy will go back to work and I'll see more people will come in. Then this guy will go on break now. Oh, he can actually serve someone just before break. So he will actually work past his break if it takes to get the sale. And he gets the sale, then he'll go on his break. But then he will come back off his break like a couple of minutes past 4, like it said. But yeah, so it's interesting, basically. We could actually, while we've got the money, get some phones here, some dummy phones, which I know the 2 different size tables, so I don't know why this one is the same price as this one. think there should be a difference there. And obviously there's people going out now without buying phones, so we've sold out of phones again. Now we're gonna have to figure that out and why we're selling out of phones quick. But here we go. This guy should have gone home, but he's staying to serve a customer. So now it's gonna be past 9 PM. Then these guys will go home. We'll pause the time. Got 21,000, so we made about 10,000 today. We'll actually have a look to see what the phone stats were. Now, a lot more people wanted the Y-phone big and tall, and people wanted some other phones as well. So a lot of people wanting this because there's the 8th backup choice. So we need to make sure we've got at least a couple of each phone. So we'll get 3 of these. We'll make sure we've got at least 1 of all of these. In fact, we'll get 2 Brony Y. We'll get at least 1 of all of these, but we'll get 2 of the Gogol phones, and we'll make sure we've got 2 of them. Now I think that's enough. I think that'll be enough for tomorrow's sales. Because if we go off if we go off our phone stats, it's about right. If we don't have their first choice, then obviously they'll buy the second choice. I think that's how it's going to work. I think that's how it works. But we'll close it. We'll actually do a quick upgrade on here so we get the dummy phones. And now we're going to have to hire people tomorrow when this goes through. So at the end of the night, we're going to 10 PM. We go home. Doesn't get home till 11 PM, and then we start hiring people for the next day. Okay, so here we go. Day 2 sales. Didn't sell. Oh, we sold 11 phones. So we sold 2 phones more than yesterday, but we still needed a lot more phones to people to buy. So first of all, we're going to hire new people. We're going to do it via. We'll do a job fair this time. Obviously, reference 59%. That's okay. 61%. That's better. That's not good. And 65%. So we're going to hire the last person. And then we'll put them on shift 1, and then we'll get this person. So we'll do a newspaper first. So call 56% decent. That's poor. That's poor for the amount of money they wanted. And 61%. So we're gonna hire Michael Franklin, and yeah. So we'll do today's marketing. We'll do newspaper again. And there is also a way to do market research, which is basically saying how we can improve the shop and things. Which, first of all, we're going to go straight through. And we're going to go through day 3, see how we do, and at the end, we'll see how we do at the end of day 3. Because hopefully we want to get a lot of money. We want to sell all our phones, and we'll see what happens at the end of day 2. So as now you can see, there's more. Our first person's coming in, our new person that we've just got, and we've also got our desk here that has the table, the things, the dummy phones, so people can actually use the phones while, or pretend like get a feel of the dummy phones before they actually buy them, and it'll also mean they'll stay in the shop longer than just having to walk out. So we've actually just sold 2 phones for the first 2 people, and we've got 4. So obviously this guy's on break, so this person's having to serve them. Currently we're 1 for 1 and everything sold. So everyone that's come in has bought a phone. Now then again, that just happened again. So let's see if this guy will buy a phone. Come on, you need to go buy a phone. Come on, buy the phone. Buy a phone. You better be buying. He didn't buy a phone. Really? Okay then, fine then. So apparently we've already sold out on some phones that people wanted, which is really hard to know when you have enough phones for people to buy, and if they want to buy. Yeah, it's a kind of a difficult way to juggle it about. But the more they stand here, the less people we can serve, and the less money we're making. So as you can tell now, we've got 3 people in the shop. We've got 2 people at the counter, and that guy went through quickly then. So obviously, and then there we go. That's enough for the day. And we'll pause it. We'll see what we've sold. Now, a lot of people are wanting the Y phones. Let's actually have a look to just see in our inventories. Now, a lot of people are buying these phones, so we'll get 4. We'll get 4, because hopefully 4 will be enough. And then a lot of people just bought all these. You can see how many people have bought them. So I'm thinking we need about minimum of 2 phones each. So we'll see if we can get 2 phones each out of it. In fact, we'll go minimum 1 phone each. Make sure we get 1 phone each at least. Then we'll just go back through and see if we can get a second of them all. Now, wow, we're actually running low there, but we're actually going to have 2 phones then. For the next day, minimum each 2 phones. But for now, I think that's probably it for the first couple of days. We've completed. We're going to complete 3 days in a minute. So that's our 3rd day complete. If you guys like this video, let me know. If you enjoyed, everything's in the description below. Comment down below. Thumbs up. Thank you, and that's going to be the end of the video.